everyone, I am Regine Alpeña, together with Mr. Janjo Espinas, Miss Mariel Daves, Mr. Samuel Baldeo, and Miss Arnel Buñon. And we are the Group 2 reporters. We will discuss the Module 10, which is the food systems, the environment, and public health. The food system spans production, distribution, consumption, and waste. It interacts with environmental and social systems, influencing public health. Modern food systems are highly industrialized, efficient, but with significant environmental and health concerns. So let's come now to the definition of food system. A food system includes everything from growing crops and raising animals, to distributing food, consuming it, and managing the waste. A food system includes all activities, resources, inputs, and outputs related to food production and consumption. The system approach highlights interconnectedness processes like climate, policy, and economy. The importance of food system connects farming, the environment, and public health. It feeds billions but comes with challenges like resource depletion, pollution, health risk, resource overuse, environmental degradation, and unhealthy food environments. Green Revolution and modern system has negative and positive impacts. In positive impacts, it increased the food production to feed a growing population. It also reduced labor needs due to mechanization. While in negative naman, it is the soil degradation, water pollution, and loss of biodiversity. Another negative impact is the overuse of resources like water and energy. The Green Revolution and modern food system revolutionized agriculture but brought environmental and social challenges that must be addressed to ensure sustainability. Green Revolution and modern food system. Where Green Revolution refers to a period in the mid-20th century when new agricultural technologies were introduced to increase food production. This includes the use of high-yield crops or new crops varieties that produce more food, chemical fertilizers to boost plant growth, pesticides to control pests and protect crops, and irrigation system and machinery to make farming more efficient. This revolution helped feed millions of people, especially in developing countries, and reduce hunger on a global scale. Modern food systems build on these innovations but focus heavily on industrial farming methods. These methods are the use of large-scale machinery for planting and harvesting, heavy reliance on chemical fertilizers and pesticides, monoculture farming, where growing one type of crop over large areas, and global supply chains, where food is transported and traded worldwide. But these benefits has its own cost, the environmental and social cost. Although not directly mentioned here, industrial agriculture's heavy use of chemicals and fossil fuels has led to significant environmental issues like pollution, soil degradation, and loss of biodiversity. Importance of food production. The food production is the first step in the food chain, involving growing crops, raising animals for meat, eggs, and dairy, harvesting seafood from farms or the wild. It has also the biggest impact on the environment because it uses natural resources like soil, water, and energy. Industrial agriculture has its own benefits, where it is the less labor, more land managed, and increased food supply. Less labor means machines replace people and animals for tasks like planting and harvesting. More land managed naman, farmers could handle larger fields, and increased food supply made it possible to feed more people with fewer farms and workers. So let's proceed to the industrial agriculture. What does industrial agriculture means? It is a farming method focused on producing as much food as possible at the lowest cost. It relies on fossil fuels, pesticides, fertilizers, and machinery instead of human or animal labor. Its goal is to maximize yield or output with fewer resources. So how does it start? Farming was the last part of the economy to be industrialized because farming depends on unpredictable factors like weather and climate. And also, crop failures and regional differences made it hard to industrialize.
Industrial agriculture and natural resources. Industrial agriculture depends on natural resources like soil, water, biodiversity, and energy to grow food. However, some farming practice damage these resources, which can lead to serious problems for the environment, food security in the future. So, sabi daw dito, ang sektor ng agrikultura ay umaasa or nakadepende sa mga likas na yaman or natural resources, gaya ng tubig or water, soil na pinagtatanumin natin at marami pang iba. Pero ngayon dahil sa modernization or industrialization, ang ibang practice sa agrikultura ay nakakaapekto sa natural resources na dating nakakatulong sa atin. Ngayon ay napapahamak dahil sa mga maling paggamit ng mga agricultural machine at mga produktong kimikal.
Good day everyone, I am Marian Teves and today I will discuss the manufactured agricultural inputs. Manufactured agricultural inputs. Industrial farms rely on man-made tools and chemicals to grow crops. This includes pesticide, fertilizer, and genetically engineered seeds. While these inputs help increase food production, they can also harm the environment and public health. So, ito po, sila yung may mga malalaking sakahan na gumagamit ng mga chemical nakagamit na nagawa ng tao para mas lumamig pa yung mga pananim. At ito na nga yung pesticide, fertilizer, at yung genetically engineered seeds. Ngunit ito yung may mga side effects po sa ating kalusugan. Pesticides. Pesticides kill pests like insects and weeds that harm crops. They allow farmers to grow large areas of a single crop, monoculture, without worrying about pests. So, pesticide, sila yung mga gamot na ginagamit ng magsasaka para patayin yung mga insekto na nakakasira sa kanilang pananim. Ang pesticide ay parang isang superhero din na nakakatulong sa mga magsasaka para magkaroon ng mga saganang ani. Pero kagaya ng superhero, meron din silang weaknesses. Pesticide resistance. Over time, pests adapt and become resistant, making pesticide less effective, like how bacteria resist antibiotics. Now, more than 500 pest species are resistant to pesticide. So, habang tumatagal daw, parang hindi na naging effective yung mga pesticide sa mga insekto. Short-term effects: poisoning, nausea, and nerve damage. Long-term effects: hormone problems, reproductive issues, asthma, allergies, and possibly cancer. So, yung pesticide may mga negative effect rin sa ating kalusugan. Katulad ng sakit na cancer at iba pang malalang mga sakit. Fertilizer add nutrients like nitrogen and phosphorus to the soil, helping plants grow faster. They played a big role in the Green Revolution, which increased crop production. So fertilizer, sila yung parang vitamins ng halaman. Ginagamit naman ito para maging mas mapapalago o mas marami yung maani nila. Parang mga vitamins na iniinom natin para maging healthy. Ang mga fertilizer ay nagbibigay ng sustansya na kailangan para nga lumago o pulo, mas madami yung maani nila. Crops absorb only about half of the fertilizer applied. The rest washes into rivers, lakes, and oceans, causing nutrient pollution or eutrophication. So, yung negative effect naman po nito is parang yung pag napasobra ka sa paglagay ng fertilizer, hindi lahat ng ito ay masisipsip ng ugat niya at papupunta sa ilog, lawa, at sa dagat. Na nagsasaki ng pagkaroon ng yung algae po. The problem, crops absorb only about half of the fertilizer applied. The rest washes into rivers, lakes, and oceans, causing nutrient pollution or eutrophication. So, ang negative effect naman daw po nito is parang pag sobra kayo ng paglagay ng fertilizer, ay hindi lahat masisipsip ng ugat. Kaya sila ay napupunta sa ilog, lawa at dagat na nagsasani po ng algae na nakakaapekto naman sa mga isda, sa mga hayop sa ilalim ng tubig, at pati na rin po sa tao. Kaya kailangan nating mag-ingat sa paggamit ng fertilizer para hindi masira o makasama sa ating kalikasan at sa ating kalusugan. Genetically engineered seeds are modern technology in farming that creates genetically modified organism or GMO. These seeds are designed to help crops grow better, but they come with benefits and concerns. Dito naman, sila yung mga technology na ginagamit ng magsasaka para makagawa ng mga pananim na binago ng yung genetically modified organism. Benefits of GES: higher yields, farmers can grow more food. So, sa paggamit po ng GES, mas maraming pagkain ang makukuha ng mga farmers mula sa parehong lupa. Next is the time and cost savings. Crops need a fewer pesticide or herbicides, at least initially. So, yung pangalawa, mas kaunti na yung nagagamit ng pesticides at herbicide, ngunit habang tumatagal, maaaring kailangan pa rin nila yung mga ito para labanan yung mga insekto, para mawala yung mga insekto. Concerns about GMO: safety and labeling. Some consumers worry about the safety of GMO in food. So, marami daw nag-aalala sa kaligtasan ng mga pagkain gawa sa GMO at gusto nilang malaman kung ito ba ay safe para sa kanila. Next, many people want GMO products to be labeled so they can make informed choices. So, yung pangalawa naman, gusto ng mga tao na parang may labeling na yung mga product na gawa sa GMO. Parang katulad nung pesticide at fertilizer, ang GMO or GES ay may bad effects din sa ating kalusugan.
Sustainable agriculture. Sustainable agriculture is about growing food in ways that protect the environment, support farmers, and provide healthy food for the future. Many people today are becoming more interested in where their food comes from and how it's grown. Here's what it means. Ang sustainable agriculture po ay tungkol sa pagtatanim ng pagkain sa mga paraang mabuti para sa kapaligiran, ekonomiya at mga tao ngayon. At sa hinaharap, ito ay tungkol sa pagiging matalino at maingat sa kung paano tayo nagsasaka upang mapanatili nating magawa ang paggagawa ng pagkain ng hindi sinisira ang planeta o sinasaktan ang mga tao. Number 1. What is sustainable agriculture? Sustainable can keep producing food for a long time without harming the environment. Resilient can't recover from problems like bad weather or pests. Healthy supports both the health of people and the planet. A sustainable food system is also diverse, uses different types of crops and farming methods. Fair, threats, workings, and farming justly, transparent. Lets people know where their food comes from. Number 2. Benefits. No need for pesticide or chemical fertilizer. 20% more rice produced compared to traditional methods. Additional income from selling duck, eggs, and fish. Impact. His system spread to over 75,000 farmers in Asia and Cuba because it cost-effective and eco-friendly. Number 3. Why sustainable agriculture matters? Protects the environment for future generation, provides healthier food options, supports farmer by reducing cost and increasing income. So, explain ko yung number 1. So, pag-iwas o kontaminasyon, ang pagkain ay maaring kontaminado ng mga mikrobyo, chemical o mga dayuhang bagay. Ang mga magsasaka, mga manggagawa sa pagkain at mga mamimili ay dapat magkaroon ng kamalayan sa mga panganib na ito at nagkakaroon ng mga hakbang upang maiwasan ang kontaminasyon. So, number 2, tamang paghawak at pag-iimbak. Ang pagkain ay dapat na hawakan at imbak ng maayos upang maiwasan ang paglaki ng mga mikrobyo. Ito ay nangungulugang pagsunod sa mga tamang temperatura para sa pag-iimbak, paghihiwalay ng hilaw at lutong pagkain, at ang paglilinis ng mga ibabaw at kagamitan. Number 3, tamang pagluto. Addressing food safety threats. Food safety is about ensuring the food we eat is safe from contamination. It's challenging because food comes from many places around the world, and new risks keep emerging. While a perfectly safe food supply is impossible, most foodborne illnesses can be prevented by taking smart precaution. So, addressing food safety po is ang kaligtasan ng pagkain ay tungkol sa pagtiyak na ang pagkain na ating kinakain ay ligtas at hindi nagdudulot ng sakit. Ito ay isang mahalagang issue dahil ang kontaminadong pagkain ay maaaring magdulot ng iba't ibang sakit mula sa banayad na pagtataas hanggang sa malubhang infeksyon. Narito ang ilang mga pangunahing aspeto ng kaligtasan ng pagkain. Una, pag-iwas sa kontaminasyon. Ang pagkain ay maaaring kontaminado ng mga mikrobyo, chemical o mga dayuhang bagay.
Food safety is complicated. Global supply chain. Food is produced and transported worldwide, increasing the chance of contamination. Emerging risk. New threats like bacteria, viruses, or improper handling can appear at any time. So, ano nga ba ang why food safety is complicated? Ang kaligtasan ng pagkain ay isang komplikadong issue dahil sa pandaigdigang kalikasan ng ating supply chain. Ang pagkain ay naglalakbay mula sa mga sakahan hanggang sa ating mesa na dumadaan sa maraming mga kamay at lokasyon sa daan. Ang bawat hakbang sa proseso ay nagpapakilala ng mga potensyal na panganib sa kaligtasan ng pagkain. Mula sa mga kondisyon ng pagsasaka hanggang sa mga pasilidad sa pagproseso, transportasyon at retail. Risk management tools. Food safety relies on programs like Good Agricultural Practices or GAPS, Safe Farming Methods, Good Manufacturing Practices, GMPs, Clean and Safe Food Production, Hazard Analysis and Critical Control Point, HACCP, a system that identifies risk and fixes them before they cause problems. Fun fact, HACCP was developed by NASA to ensure astronauts' food was safe in space. So, ano nga ba ang risk management tools? Ang kaligtasan ng pagkain ay nakasalalay sa epektibong mga programa sa pamamahala ng panganib upang matiyak ng pagkain ay ligtas na kainin. Ang mga programa na ito ay gumagamit ng iba't ibang mga kasangkapan upang makilala, masuri at mabawasan ang mga panganib sa kaligtasan ng pagkain. Narito ang ilan sa mga pangunahing kasangkapan. Number 1. Pagsusuri ng panganib. Ito ay isang sistematikong proseso ng pagkilala sa mga potensyal na panganib sa kaligtasan ng pagkain sa bawat yugto ng supply chain. How to prevent foodborne illnesses. Addressing problems at every stage of the food chain. Example include from level reducing crowded animal farms and improving hygiene, processing plants, slowing production lines, and giving workers proper safety equipment, consumer education. Teaching people about food safety practices like proper cooking and storing. How to prevent foodborne illnesses. Paano maiwasan ang mga sakit na dala ng pagkain sa pamamagitan ng pagtugon sa mga problema sa bawat yugto? Ang mga sakit na dala ng pagkain ay maaaring maiwasan sa pamamagitan ng pagtugon sa mga potensyal na panganib sa bawat yugto ng supply chain ng pagkain. Mula sa sakahan hanggang sa mesa, narito ang ilang mga hakbang sa maaaring gawin sa bawat yugto. Magsanay ng wastong mga kasanayan sa pagsasaka. Ang mga magsasaka ay dapat magpatibay ng maligtas na kasanayan sa pagsasaka upang maiwasan ang mga kontaminasyon ng mga pananim na hayop. Ito ay kinabibilangan ng paggagamit ng malinis na tubig para sa patubig, pag-iwas sa paggamit ng mga pestisidyo at pataba ng hindi tama at pagpamanatili ng malinis na mga lugar ng pagsasaka. Intervention for food safety, regulation in standard and the international, federal, state, and local levels, inspection of food products, processing, plants, restaurant, and retailers. Training of food system workers, technical assistant, and achieving compliance with regulation and policy and workplace intervention to provide workers with paid sick days and other needed supports. Tracking illnesses through physician reporting and other epidemiological surveillance strategies. Investigation following outbreaks to identify sources and contact those who may have been exposed. Food recalls, both voluntary and mandated. Public education to increase use of routine safety measures. Threats of negative publicity and legal action. Research to improve all of those strategies. So, what is key intervention for food safety? Ang mga pangunahing intervention para sa kaligtasan ng pagkain ay naglalayong mabawasan ang panganib ng mga sakit na dala ng pagkain sa bawat yugto ng supply chain mula sa sakahan hanggang sa mesa. Ang mga intervention na ito ay maaaring magkakaiba-iba depende sa uri ng pagkain, ang potensyal ng panganib at ang partikular na yugto ng supply chain. Narito ang ilan sa pangunahing intervention. Wastong mga kasanayan sa pagsasaka. Ang mga pagsasaka ay dapat magpatibay ng ligtas na kasanayan sa pagsasaka upang maiwasan ang kontaminasyon.
Summary: the food system is vital for feeding people and providing livelihoods worldwide. However, the modern industrialized food system wastes critical resources like water, energy, soil, and biodiversity. Issues like population growth, urbanization, and global trade create new threats to food safety and security. So, ibig sabihin, mahalaga ang pagkain sa bawat isa o sa bawat tao. Ngunit, dahil sa paglobo ng population, ang mga tao ay nag-aaksaya ng iba't ibang likas yaman ng ating mundo. Ito ay ang water, energy, soil, biodiversity. Halimbawa na lang sa water, ang mga tao ay nag-aaksaya ng water tulad ng paglalaba. Imbis na idilig nila sa kanilang mga halaman, tinatapon na lamang nila ito. At meron ding Republic Act ang water, which is the Philippine Clean Water Act 2004 or Republic Act 9275 na kailangan ng dapat natin din sundin para sa ikakaganda ng ating kalikasan. Major challenges include food waste, high demand for meat, and industrial farming which harm the environment and public health. Producing meat consumes vast resources, while food waste represent a loss of water, energy, and land. Industrial animal farming further pollutes and contributes to health risk. To address this problem, we must reduce meat consumption, minimize food waste, and adopt sustainable farming practice. This challenge will help protect the environment and ensure enough food for future generations. So, ang mga tao ay nahihilig na din kumain ng tulad ng karning manok, karning baboy. Hindi na nila nakakasanayan ang pagkain ng mga masusustansyang pagkain. Masustansya din naman ang karne, pero mas mahalaga pa rin kumain ng mga gulay. So, kailangan natin ituloy ang pananatiling pamamaraan tulad ng pagsasaka o pagtatanim dahil makakatulong ito sa kalikasan at tiyak na masaganang pagkain para sa susunod na henerasyon or sa mga susunod na mga anak-anakan natin para kumbaga sinasabing kapag may tinanim may aanihin. Yun lamang po at maraming salamat.